Bad date? No. Dinner. Movie. Sex. Spill it.
Spill it, we will continue, Piper. How you doing again? It's the thrift store rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. And you guys know by now what we're doing this week, right? The power of three, sweetheart style. The three most important things you need for a memorable date night in with your sweetheart. Dinner, a movie, and of course, sex. In case you need a refresher course.
Oh, it's date night. Date night. Date night. Yeah, it's date night. Date night. Date night.
There you go. Now that dinner and the show have been taken care of, it's time for the real entertainment to begin. Earlier in the day, we talked about the Barefoot Contessa cookbook, Cooking for Jeffrey. So now it's time we bring in another Food Network alumni, a suddenly way sexier Emmy Award-winning alumni of the Food Net, Giada De Laurentiis of Everyday Italian, Giada at Home, etc., on the cover of the November 2012 issue of Women's Health magazine, purchased for $1.99, retailing for $4.99. How the Food Network star cooks for a living and stays this trim. Amidst the myriad of other articles, this is our focal, mutual fornication point. Mind-blowing sex. Touch this, not that. Risque, yes, but then again, this is women's health. It's like PBS doing Cosmopolitan. Even though PBS doesn't have a magazine of their own, even though some affiliates, some member stations have their own magazines. Whatever, let's get started, right? If you want to be a pop star for your next game day, try out Giada's popcorn recipe with herbs de Provence and Asiago cheese. I know we already talked about dinner at the beginning of this week, but when it comes to food and romance and them working together, for you to get laid, not just lots of compliments, there's no such thing as too much reinforcement. That recipe, by the way, will make about 8 cups. So without further delay, let's get started. Be a guest at your own party. We're in the Food Now section, and today, in this case, we're a guest at Giada's party. 'Tis the season for cocktail parties. Couples only and otherwise. Which, if you're the one hosting, is often more exhausting than enjoyable. Not anymore. Food Network star Giada De Laurentiis reveals the secrets to joining the festivities. This is Sarah Copeland's article with Jeff Lipsky's photographs. If you'd like to see a behind-the-scenes video, you could go to womenshealthmag.com/Giada. I don't know if that link is alive anymore, but you could try. Or I'll try it via the Internet Archive. Anyway, she gives you 10 tips for enjoying your own party as much as you, well, presumably enjoy prepping for it. Enlist help. Adopt an entertaining uniform. Keep your hair casual. Create a signature cocktail like this one. A gingerbread cocktail, no doubt. Primo for the holidays. Invite one light up the room type. Invite one most electric personality. That's that. Do most of your makeup way before you start cooking. Have a food plan. Bring the party with you. Decide what you'll serve where. You sit and offer red wine near white couches because that is one visible stain that you'll have to attend to when the party is over. And finally, when you've had enough, gently nudge guests out the door. And in regards to the question on the cover of this issue, how does Giada cook and eat like this and still stay so svelte? Portion control. She eats everything she makes, especially for camera. Just not a lot of it at any one time. Additional party recipes include smoked cocktail nuts, salmon cakes with lemon caper yogurt sauce, and a ham, gruyere, and apple panini. I don't care if you invite a dozen friends over, or just if you make it a couple's night. You can't have too much reinforcement when it comes to food, especially prepared by a celebrity chef this hot. Additional reinforcements in terms of food come by way of some wintergreen salad recipes. Oh, and even though we're way beyond Thanksgiving, this also tells you how to do that traditional Thanksgiving spread responsibly if you're watching your weight. and how to pair butternut squash with cayenne for a nice fall recipe. Did I tell you she was smoking hot or what? This is her on a one-page ad for Clairol Natural Instincts. Yes, some people consider her the Italian lady with the giant head, but her sex appeal is massive. And so is her talent. She didn't win an Emmy Award, nor become a New York Times bestseller, nor become one of the most enduring food-level personalities just by her looks alone. She's got talent. She can cook. It's as simple as that. This is a high priority find for me right now. I know we already talked about Cookie for Jeffrey, but come on, this is on a completely different level. Sexy isn't in your closet, it's in your kitchen, according to the author of Cook Yourself Sexy and the author of Pretty Delicious, which I've already bought but haven't yet reviewed. I'll save that for another day. Candice Kumai, one-third of the co-host of Cook Yourself Thin on Lifetime, one of my all-time favorite childhood indulgences. A healthy childhood indulgence, for that matter. Cook Yourself Sexy. Yeah. No doubt for me, that is a high priority find. In the meantime, I'll just settle for Pretty Delicious, which again, I'm saving for another day. And on that note, after you cook yourself sexy, it's time to practice what you've long awaited to preach. When less romance is more, we're in the love life section, folks. Game on. The strongest unions may be the ones that focus less on champagne-drenched dinners and rose-petal-strewn beds, and more on these 5 practical actions by K. Alicia Fetters, with the assistance of a couple of psychologists and relationship experts for good measure. Then I'll tell you to completely abandon the traditional rom-com tropes that boost the box office scores and of course seduce many a swoon, but they're saying that less is more. The less grandiose the gesture, the more realistic it is, the more you're going to be better off with your love life. And we have here 5 tips. 1, consider a love contract. 2, spend time apart. 3, and I can't stress this enough, neither they can, schedule sex. Welcome to Rough Patch, and don't talk about your relationship with others. If you want to put this on full screen so that you can see how they accentuate the positives with all 5 of these tips, so be it. But to summarize them up, for considering a love contract, you could take a page out of the playbook of one of Netflix's greatest triumphs of rom-com trilogies, they say, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Or you could also take a page out of the legal framework for living together with benefits before you get married by Judge Judy. Oh yeah, her grown-up guide to living together with benefits will be linked downstairs if you want to see my review. For scheduling sex, well, I can't stress it enough, and neither can they. For welcoming the rough patch, you and your loved one will experience spats. You will experience fights. The key is to fight clean, not dirty. And by the way, keep the gossip on your relationship to an extreme minimal. Only one person per each party should be that confidant you turn to when things go bad or they go good. When things go north or go south. Here are 5 romantic gestures to embrace if it does go either way. Say I love you, surprise each other, celebrate even the littlest accomplishments from either side. Talk dirty. You look nice, fine, but when my husband says your boobs are awesome or your ass looks delicious, I have to admit that's kind of disgusting. I hate when people use that word outside of the context of food. Delicious. But in this case, it gives the relationship expert in here a real lift. So says Lisa Thomas, noted relationship and couples expert. Going the extra mile, we have here probably the riskiest article to highlight yet, but if I don't back up, probably the most important 1/3 of the Power of 3 dinner movie sex. I'll sound even more stupid than I already do. Yes, I sound stupid, but then again, people will start to discredit my accurate, well-meaning stupidity. And that's when I get mad. So, does your sex life need a hand? Listen in as a professional sex surrogate, and yes, there really is such a thing as a sex surrogate, reveals ways to fix common snafus and have a mind-blowing time in the bedroom. This article is by Sunny Seagold, and the tips contained herein are by professional sex surrogate Linda Polzel. Her character inspired Helen Hunt's character in the film The Sessions, by the way. If you or your loved one get off too quickly, don't orgasm at all, need to step up your skills, can't get excited without porn, or go soft in the middle of sex, Linda gives you some homework assignments to practice what she preaches. If you want to fine-tune your prowess in the bedroom, this is a good way to do it, along with a couple of important sextras, a vibrator and a little lube, and a couple of kiss-and-tell questions, a couple of burning relationship questions going out, and of course, sex answered by Dr. Michelle Callahan. When you're done with all that, try out a new Pinterest-inspired beauty look for your hair, makeup, or nails. In this case, you know I gotta zoom in on Jennifer Aniston, right? I mean, Jennifer Rachel Aniston? Never a bad choice for some beauty inspo. If you want to adopt those warm, golden honey tones, which no doubt make her a man magnet, you might want to opt for the Sally Hershberger Hyper Hydration Soft Touch Shaving Cream, conditioning brittle, color-treating hair, and eliminating frizz, but not leaving hair crunchy like mousse sometimes does. It's an Ulta Beauty, and I doubt it costs $11. Shout out, by the way, to the Golden Girls. I enjoyed them a bit when I was young. One last article. Valerie Buttonelli in One Dish at a Time. Okay, it's more of an ad than it is an article, but I have Valerie's Home Cooking in the back. I don't have One Dish at a Time, so that too is another high priority find. I don't think I need to highlight anything else in here. 5 out of 5 claps. For one bellissima bargain, you get quite the belle of the ball with benefits. So much for you two being just friends with benefits after you get through this. Thanks for watching. Check out more TSR by clicking on another awesome review like this one, top left. And be sure to subscribe by clicking top right. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.